Hey, what's going on, people? It's your blind buddy again. I'm back. It's on this part two, and it's what was it?
Who do you think would say things like this?
Yeah, that's what it come up with, man. It's like, who do you think would say things like I say? Is it God or the devil? You know, I sit back and I think about what I say. You know, when I play it back, I hear what I've said. So I try to be respectful in the manner that I can when it comes down to what I let come out my mouth. And that's why I depend on the Spirit to lead me and not me say what I want to say, because, you know, I can tell when I get involved because my passion to take over, and I let something fly out of my mouth like it be, you know, and I go back and I apologize, but it's only because I'm trying to be respectful, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the truth, I'm gonna slice you with it, you know? There ain't no mercy when it come down to where I stick you at with the truth. If I stick you in the right spot, I'm gonna cut deeper, and I'm gonna keep on whacking right there, you know what I mean? Because the truth is merciless. The truth has no mercy. It cuts like a two-edged sword. It cuts both going and coming. So if you standing in a lie, you know you're gonna get destroyed, because the truth is gonna do exactly that. That's what it comes to do. You know, it comes to destroy the lie. You know, Jesus didn't come to condemn the world. You know what I mean? He didn't come down here to condemn you, but he come to tell the truth. He come to let the truth had to come to the earth, because everybody living lies. The truth got to be here. If you don't want the truth, then the truth don't want you. If you want to live the lie, then the lie will embrace you. You know, we got to all understand that we living in a world that is a lie. You understand what I'm saying? This world, you know, if for me to sit here and say that this world is a lie, where the devil at? You know what I'm saying? Okay, people want to say, well, you the devil. Prove it. Prove it. You understand what I'm saying? You come with the Bible, be able to come with the word correct and direct from God, from the inside of where you come from, where God will rightfully divide that word through you and show me without a shadow of a doubt that I'm running for the devil.
Right.
You got to be able to do this to me. Because I went the same way when I was looking for God. You got to prove to me, because you want me to prove to you. So God proved himself to me, so I walk with God. I ain't studying no man on this planet. There ain't nothing or nobody here that I feel, because guess what? God proved himself to me, and I'm going to prove myself to God. It says, study to show thyself approved unto God. So that right there let me know I ain't got nothing that I got to prove to man. Because if you don't believe in the same God that's done proved himself to me, I ain't studying you no how. You ain't nothing but the devil. Now, you don't have a heaven nor hell to put me in. You ain't nothing but the devil. If you don't fear the one that has proved himself to me, then you ain't nothing but the devil. You understand what I'm saying? Because the God that has proved himself to me has shown me. Huh? When we walk around here thinking ourselves to be something, God said, fear not the one that can kill the body, and after that can do no more. But fear the one that can kill both body and soul. And then after that, send your soul to hell. That's somebody that sounds like somebody that's got a whole lot more options than somebody that could just put you on in the dirt. They can't do nothing after that. You got to face the one that that's gonna deal with your soul. Yeah. That soul was holding that body that you had up. It's gone. What you gonna do with that soul? You know, that soul got to go for judgment. And if you were doing something, that body was doing something with that soul, and that soul wasn't trying to follow that spirit of God, guess what? That soul is judged right then and now, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the truth. If your body is running around on this earth, living in this lie, doing all the things of the lie, when your body dies, this is where your soul will lie. Because that's where you live, in a lie. So your soul will live and continue in a lie. And there won't ever be no more truth, because the only truth that's here is that you can leave hell and go back to heaven. That's the only truth here. Now you can take it and put it in a book, a recipe book, and slice and dice and chop it up into the onion, make your eyes look like they got tornado tails in them. But at the end of the day, did you read the recipe right? Huh? Did you read the recipe right? Because when you get to tasting it, you're going to find out people going to find out if you were lying, because you ain't going to be in a place where the truth is at. You know what I mean? Because the truth ain't in you. You can't expect to be in a place where the truth is. If you want to live in the place where the lie resides, then don't get mad when you die and your soul is in the place where you've been living. Because if you're living in the spirit, and you're living in the spirit of God, when you leave him, your soul arrives in the place that you already know of. Here on the earth, you got an opportunity to learn how to live in God's house. God's house has an ordinance. This world is a duplicate of what's already original. You stand before judgment, we all being judged now. This earth is the judgment of God. Jesus came down that we would not have to face the judgment of God. We're living in the judgment. And if you keep living in the judgment, you're going to stay in the judgment. You understand what I'm saying? Jesus came down here that we would have a chance to get away from this judgment. People down here the devil got you thinking that this is not what it is. The devil want to convince you that it don't exist in a place that you exist in. You don't realize the place that you exist in is judgment. You're being judged. Your everyday life is being judged. If you're not living in the spirit, when your body ceases to exist, the judgment is final. You understand what I'm saying? If you're living for this world is a place of judgment. What are you doing in the world where it is being judged? Are you looking toward the spirit and building up a life and following the ordinances in the life of the spirit, that ye may know how to live in the place where you desire to be? If you want to live in Paris, don't you have to learn how Parisians or Parisians or whatever you call them, or European, don't you have to learn how they live? If you want to live in Africa, I bet you better learn how to live over there. You'll wind up cat food. You understand what I'm saying? So in the spirit of wanting to live in God's house, don't you think you would have to have some direction on how to do something? If God allowed you in his house today, would you know how to live there? Because what you don't know about God will get you slapped clean past darkness. And people don't even realize there's a place, the abyss is the abyss for a reason. That's a place past darkness. God can slap you past darkness if you don't. You don't want to arrive. God ain't going to allow you to arrive at this house because he knows that's what he'd have to do to you. And you think God's going to let you live in this house because you got twirly hair and you got big blue eyes or you got big swirly muscles and you can stand at the door and look like a Statue of Liberty. God ain't studying that. What would God need you at his house to do that for? Huh?
He wouldn't.
You need to understand that there's a specific way. You know, when you a child, you're in your father's house. You know you're gonna follow your father's rules, or you're gonna get out of his house. There's certain things you ain't gonna do in your father's house that you mess around and get caught doing. You won't know that you did something wrong until you feel that pain, that feels like you just walked into a wasp nest. You're like, what'd I do? Get your ass outside. And you know it's done happen. Everybody, if you got something as a child, you didn't know what you done until you felt that pain. You knew it was something wrong. And the first thing you knew to do was run from whatever it was that just stung you. And then you look around and find out it was your dad. you know you done did something. You just trying to figure out why you rubbing the pain away, trying to figure out what it is you done did. You don't want to arrive in God's house and not know how to act. Because you'll feel some pain and then you'll see some dark. And it won't be no way that you can turn around and find out what even happened to you. You understand what I'm saying? Be slapped clean into a place where you automatically burning and you just trying to figure out what you done did to arrive in a place that you should have had better sense. Now why would God let us in his house knowing that that's what he would have to do to you? You ain't gonna never make it there. If you taking the time now while you in judgment, studying to show yourself approved unto God, that you can be approved to live in his house. The Spirit is your guide on how to live in the Father's house. If you don't follow the guide, then you can't expect to enjoy the ride. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. God's house is God's house. The mother's house is the mother's house. You ain't gonna go into the Father's house doing what you have been allowed to do in the mother's house. It just ain't fixing to happen. Because if that was going to be the case, there wouldn't have never been a need nor reason for a separation nor a divorce of a marriage that should have supposed to last forever. There is no more marriage. That's why the separation is great. When you want to live in the Father's house, you live in the Father's house. When you want to live in the mother's house, you stay here. Continue in the ways of the house, and you will reside there forever. Without the Father, there is no house. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Yes.
There's a grave penalty for not living in the Father's house. Because without the Father's house, there's nowhere to live. Mm-mm. Period. And the Father has said, in his house there's many mansions. The Father got a house big enough to put mansions in. We can't even find a corner acre of land that we can even sit on the sidewalk without somebody telling us we can't sit there. Can't go out into the wilderness without a chopper flying over telling us we don't have the right to be there. They'll set the woods on fire just to get you out of them. And this is supposed to be called a place where everybody says they're godly, the government, everybody is flourishing. Bull, gastric juice. You know, censorship. I just tell the truth, man. I know what the truth is. There ain't no lie that can stand with me now. There ain't no lie that can ride with me now. There ain't no lie that can even stand around the corner, down the street, 2 blocks north of where I'm at. You can't stand that close. You can't even stand where my shadow don't even come make a trail. This is I know what this is. This is a lie. This is a lie. And the sooner you see it, the quicker you don't want to go home. Because you know what, when you find out, hanging out somewhere, and you find out where you been hanging out, they were lying to you the whole time, you be like, man, I'm ready to go. I ain't studying nothing else here no more. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Yeah. This is a bunch of crap. I mean, it's the biggest bunch of crap. But once you see it, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and you got to want to know God so you can walk away. Huh? Don't be sitting here at this table trying to count your money. Huh? Because I'm going to tell you, this ain't a song that you want to gamble with. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you right. Kenny Rogers, man, I'll give you props on that, baby. You better learn, if you don't already know, how to fold them. And you better be calling on God so you can walk away. Don't keep on trying to count this stuff down here and call it as a blessing. Because why would God bless us with hell when he wants us to be in heaven? He allowed us to be able to demonstrate to him here. Study to show thyself approved. Do you know how to live in my house? What if he asked you that question? Do you know how to live in my house? What would you say? All them that think they can say, yeah, I know how to do it. So, man, you wouldn't walk, you couldn't get past the threshold. Your ass would bust in the flames because you lied. You wouldn't even make it you wouldn't even make it on the porch. The ones that standing out there lying like they live there won't even touch the porch because they know, hey, you touch it, knowing you done lied, you done. You got to address the spirit. Man, forget that flesh, man. That flesh is not going to do you nothing of any good. If it's going to do you any good, it should be as a speaker and a speaker only. Speak the truth, that it be manifest. Don't keep trying to help cover it up with the lies that you're living. You're living in a world that's got you covered up the truth with lies and writing your own truth on it. When you hear the real truth, you done been writing your own lies on the top of it so long, when the real truth starts to stand up, all you gonna find yourself is mad because all the lies that you done wrote about your own life will be destroyed and your book will disintegrate because the real truth will rise up and your lies will be sitting right where they need to be, in the fire. Because God is not going to allow a book of lies in his house. You want to continue to write a book in God's house, you better make it true. And the only way it's going to be true is that you were walking in the spirit that God gave you. That your true story will continue on, and it will continue on forever. You think God gonna let you lie in his house about a story that you wrote, that he had nothing to do with? You got to be kidding. You got to be kidding me. What do we expect out of God? That we think he should just do what we tell him to do? Who come up with that, man? Who was the idiot that decided to put these kudzu seeds in a place where nourishment could have been grown? Somebody put a field of kudzu seeds, and they ain't been doing nothing but trying to choke off what everybody keep calling paradise. Yeah. Better wake up, people. I can't wait to hear this. Because I'm telling you, as I was talking, I can tell it released me. I can tell it release me. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. I can tell it release me. Yeah, I can tell it release me. That's right, man. Y'all check this out, man. Listen. This is the person that you see speaking. Man, y'all better grab a hold to what I'm saying. This ain't no game, man. This ain't Milton Bradley or Parker Brothers. It really ain't. I'm sitting up here, it's like, man, what's being pulled out here? And you better line the back of your pickup truck and put you some plastic in there and catch you a pickup truck full of it. Cause you're gonna wish you had it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm packing boxes full up, Ziploc bags full up. I'm rolling some up in saran wrap and folding the corners on it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Cause what I was looking for, hey, I done found the string that'll pull it all. I'm talking about take the whole thing, look. And I'm gonna keep on pulling. I'm that nosy child. I will keep on pulling until I unravel the whole thing. I'm looking for the other end of that thread I just found. and I'm gonna straighten it all the way out. When I get through unraveling this garbage, all them lies gonna be buck naked, telling you. So man, I'm gonna put this one on the corner of the plate, man. And since it done cooled off, I'm gonna see if I can come back and eat it as some leftovers, or if I have a whole new meal. Until then, man, we holler at you, Blind Buddy out.